afternoon. This is B-Movie Bandits. The movie I'm going to talk about today, well, the movie I'm going to talk about today is a brand new release from SOVHorror.com. What movie is that, you may ask? Well, it is the one, the only, the legendary Metal Maniac. Now, I'll have a better view of the cover, as usual, on the screen. Now, what is Metal Maniac about, you may ask? Well, it's a 2012 shot-on-video movie directed by Susana. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name because I will butcher it badly, but I'll have her last name in the description. It is about Metal Joe, who is tired of being brought down by posers and fools. So he digs up his old bandmate, revives him with a satanic record, and programs him to run on heavy metal. Guitars roar as the bodies soar when Metal Maniac prowls the streets seeking to rid the world of all posers and false metal. Now, this was one I was pretty excited about when Tony announced it. Tony of SW Horror announced it. And when the trailer came out, I thought it looked really cool. So I was super excited to watch it. And the hard thing about reviewing these kinds of movies, especially SOV movies, is you want to give the distributor or the filmmaker the best review, the best honest review you can without with the knowledge that these movies are made by very passionate filmmakers with very, very little money to no money, little to no money. So every review I go into, that's why I like watching the extras. Excuse me. That's why I like watching the extras, because you get to know the filmmaker a little bit, and and they can discuss the making of the movie. So with this movie, I watched it last week for the first time, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. I had quite a few problems with it, so I decided to wait a little bit, think about it, and I ended up watching it 2 more times, once with a commentary, once more on its own. So after that third time, I finally, knew what I thought of the movie, or I figured out how I felt about the movie, and overall, even though I had quite a few problems with the movie, overall I did enjoy Metal Maniac. Now, before I get into the positive, I want to discuss the things I did have a problem with. Get those out of the way first. Um, First of all, I actually really liked the story of this movie. I thought the story was really cool and interesting, but I thought the execution of the story was not, very well done. The editing in particular was really rough, really, even by SOV standards, it was really rough, the editing. Um, some parts of the story didn't really, weren't clear, and there was a shit ton of like title cards throughout the movie. Some of them were necessary. Some of them felt that they were there because the footage wasn't available or they couldn't shoot the footage. There's a scene where I basically Metal Joe goes to the cemetery to dig up his bandmate and bring it home, and you don't see any of that. You just see the title card saying later after the visit to the cemetery or something like that. But it did feel like there was chunks missing. The movie was very, very choppy. Um, and it was really disappointing because the story was really, like I said, the story's really cool. And I was disappointed that it wasn't better executed. But again, knowing the limitations of, what they could shoot and all that, it's something that's really hard to criticize because Susanna did the best she could with what she had. But other than that, I really did not care for the hillbilly characters. I thought they were super annoying. I didn't find them funny at all. I thought they kind of dragged the movie down, and they just took up too much screen time. On the commentary, they say Susanna mentions they saved the movie, which agree to disagree because I thought they were um, horrible and incredibly unfunny. But but that stuff aside, what I really liked about the movie is it had some really great lo-fi kills. It had some perfectly SOV kills. And what I mean by that is they're the kind of kills I look forward to in a shot on video movie. They're very cheap, they're very cheesy, but they're so damn charming you can't help but smile at the fact that regardless of their budget, they attempted them. And this movie has a shit ton of kills. It has a pretty huge body count. You know, a lot of posers get killed in this movie, but there's a shit ton of them. Nobody's safe. A nun at one point is killed. My favorite kill is when somebody gets impaled with a guitar. They're really well done for an SOV of this budget. I don't want to say they're well done kills because I can think of, you know, other SOVs with better kills, but the kills here were actually, for their budget, were well executed, and there's a lot of fun, and there was a shit ton of gore. The other thing I really liked about this movie is the soundtrack. The soundtrack was fucking amazing. The soundtrack, which was music by Nasty Savage, Deceased, Oz, Axemaster, and Black Death, and more. I'm really behind in my metal years. I haven't really listened to metal in probably like 15 years. So I'm not familiar with any of those bands, but I thought the music in the movie was fucking incredible. On the commentary, Susana mentions that it is the only good thing about the movie. Would not, I'm not going to quite disagree with that, but I do think it's the absolute best thing about the movie, even more so than the kills. It had a credible soundtrack. It really lives up to the metal and the Maniac part. It delivers on the kills. It delivers on the metal. Also, I thought the movie actually had some pretty cool camera work. Despite the editing being rough, um, Susanna does attempt at some cool camera angles that I actually thought were pretty interesting and well done for its budget. But overall, despite the fact that I wasn't a fan of, I didn't think the story was well executed. The editing was really rough, and I just hated two of the characters in the movie. I thought the movie worked simply because of the music and the kills. And when you're going into a movie called Metal Maniac, does the other stuff I mentioned, you know, all the negative stuff I mentioned, does it really matter? It does not. The movie delivers on the kills and it delivers on the metal. And at the end of the day, that's why you're watching this movie. So, really, the negative part of the review, I shouldn't even mentioned it. So, I mean, overall, for all you SOV fans and metalheads, I give Metal Maniac a recommendation. I think a lot of people, a lot of SOV loving people will enjoy this one. As for the bonus features, there is an audio commentary with the cast and crew. That you can tell they had a really good time making this movie, and they are pretty rough on themselves, um, you know, on certain shots that, you know, in the movie. So, you know, that's nice to see that, although I think they're a little bit too hard on themselves. I think they did fine for, you know, what they had. They mentioned, you know, how certain things were done, how certain special effects were done. They also recommend that you stop what you're doing and watch the movie Things, which I absolutely agree with. Things is mind-meltingly good. So give that a shot. You got some outtakes, which are always fun to watch, especially with some low-budget movies. Borrow Time live at Max Bar. This is a live performance from the Flesh Eaters, which is a band in the movie. That's pretty cool. There's not one, but two short films. Nightmare on 34th Street and Johnny Braineater. Nightmare on 34th Street is the better of the two shorts. It's Christmas themed. So, and I always like Christmas theme as shot on video stuff. So it was really, both of them are a lot of fun, but I prefer the Nightmare on 34th Street. There's the trailers for Metal Maniac. There is an SOVHorror.com trailer vault, which is on all the releases. And there is alternate artwork. I'm not sure if I can get a better view of that. This is the artwork, I guess, they did for when it was originally released. So overall, despite all the bullshit I said earlier about the movie's flaws, I think if you are a hardcore fan of shot and video stuff, I think you will find something to enjoy it in this movie. Either it be the kills, the music, or both. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I said. I think for an SOV shot and video metal movie, it delivered everything that you'd want from it, despite what problems I had with it. But it doesn't matter because it delivered the gore and it delivered the metal, and that's all that matters. As for any upcoming reviews, I got more shot on video stuff that comes out in November that I'll be reviewing, some really exciting titles. Also, I got some more Joe Sherlock stuff I need to review. And I got, I think the next couple of releases from him are all anthology films. So I'm looking forward to those because his anthology films are usually always fun. So, have you seen Metal Maniac? What did you think of it? Tell me in the description. If not, what was your favorite rock and roll horror movie? You know, are you a Trick or Treat fan, a Rock and Roll Nightmare, Black Roses? Let me know down below. If you like my channel, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment that info down below. I'm Jonathan Knight. It's been B Movie Madness. Thanks for watching.